Sadly, life on Earth is slowly getting worse. The biodiversity declines every second. On the planet Earth, water and air is polluted. It's possible that soon life won't exist as we know it today. But there is a category of species that manages to survive, even in the worst conditions. Extremophiles. These little guys, as the name suggests, live in extreme environments around the world. But how do they do it? Michaela Musilová, a Slovak scientist, is trying to answer this very question with her project Astro 7 Summit.
During the Astro 7 Summits project, I study what life can survive in the extreme environments at high elevation, in places on these tall mountains where it's hard for life to live, where it doesn't have access to many nutrients, where the winds may be strong, the temperatures can be very cold.
How can these extremophiles survive in such conditions?
They find ways to shelter themselves from the wind, to get nutrients from the rocks that they're either living on or underneath for protection. So it's a combination of taking advantage of the environment, finding little niches, and over thousands and millions of years, adapting to these extreme conditions, essentially making extreme be their home.
She has also contributed to our understanding of how people are going to live in other celestial bodies.
You talked about doing 30 simulated missions. I believe that's a world record, but what does such a mission entail?
So these missions prepare humans for what it will be like one day to live and work on the Moon and Mars. We will have to live in very small environments, so some of these stations are only about 6 meters in diameter or slightly bigger. When you go outside, you have to wear a spacesuit because the outside environment is dangerous for humans. And you go there with a very limited supply of everything. And the goal of these missions is really to see how humans manage under such difficult conditions, what are the typical problems that arise during such missions, and most importantly, how do we avoid those problems or deal with them, in a polite, good way once they do arise.
What tasks did you have to do on a day-by-day basis on these missions?
Our day is pretty fully packed from morning to evening on these missions. For example, we do astrobiology research, studying extremophiles that can survive in lava caves. We might test different rovers or robots and other technologies. And at the same time, we have to do maintenance of the facility to make sure that we have plenty of air to breathe. There's plenty of water for us to use electricity. We have to clean and cook and all these things to keep ourselves alive. We have to exercise, and we have very little time for our own personal activities or social activities. But when I'm the commander of missions, I always try and make sure that we do have enough time for everyone to take a break and to either communicate with their families or for us to do some group activities together, because bonding is extremely important during these missions.